Here's a quick question. If you got 100 orders this month, how many of those get returned? That one number decides your profit, your rankings, and now your fees as well. In this video, I'll give you a complete practical system to measure, understand, and cut your Amazon return rate. You'll get clear benchmarks, the exact reports to pull, and step by step plan to fix the root causes. What return rate means and why it matters. Return rate is simple, the number of return orders divided by the total numbers in that time frame. If you had, let's say, 15 returns and 250 orders in the last 30 days, your return rate would be around 6%. And why it matters? It hurts your profits, and returns cost you twice. First, when you got the order, and second, once the return is initiated from the buyer. High returns usually means customers are not happy with your products, and Amazon might flag your account with a red warning in the voice of the customer as well. Amazon now applies a high return rate FBA fee above the category threshold for the most of the categories except the apparel and the shoes categories. It's a per unit fee that varies by size tier and applies on the portion above the category rate. Let's say your return rate is 7% and the category threshold is 5%. So this high return rate FBA fee would only be applicable to the 2% above the threshold of the category. The best way to keep the return rate under control is to benchmark the return rate. Return rates target vary by category. As a rule of thumb, aim for under 5%, then push towards under 2-3% for most non-apparel categories. Electronics and clothing usually have high return rate, and in some cases, clothing and certain electronics categories can have 15 to 40% of the return rates. Now, let's discuss how to measure your return rate correctly. Do this once a week for your accounts. Alright, so here's the dashboard of Amazon Seller Central. You have to click on the menu and you have to go to the reports and then to the fulfillment. And once you open the fulfillment in the new tab, and once you are on the fulfillment page, you have to navigate to the returns option. Here it is. You can find the FBA customer returns under customer concessions. You have to click on this FBA customer returns and this window will pop up. Alright, so from this page, you can check your return reports online as well. You have to put your ASIN here and you have to click on the event date. Let's suppose I'm going to enter my ASIN and I have to check for the last 30 days. And once I hit the generate report, Amazon will pull up all the returns for this specific ASIN. And the other method is I can simply download the report for all of my ASINs. Let's see. I'm here on this tab, the download tab, and I click on the last 30 days, and I click on the request.csv download. This will get you a CSV file downloaded, and once it's downloaded, you can just simply download this and open up it in the Google Sheet or Excel sheet to find out the exact number of returns for any specific ASIN, and you can also find the reasons of the refunds as well. Alright, so I have imported that sheet into a Google Sheet. Now I can simply apply some filters in this sheet and I can just navigate through the reasons for the returns, and I can find the number of returns in that specific time frame. So I'm gonna apply some filters in the ASIN column. Let's say I'm going to check the refunds for this specific ASIN. I just apply the filter. So for this specific ASIN, I have only 3 refunds, and from here you can find the customer comments as well. Denim was very stiff, so some of the returns, customer also leaves some comments, and for some returns they only click on the by default. This like the reason, you can also find the reason: apparel too small, unwanted item, and undeliverable refused. So this is how you can find the number of returns for any specific ASIN, and you can find out the reasons as well. And the other method is you have to simply go to manage inventory and click on the SKU of the ASIN that you want to check the returns for. It will open up this window, and once you scroll down, you have to set the date range from here, and it's already set to the last 30 days. So I can see I have no units returned for this specific ASIN, although the data is very small for this specific ASIN. And one more thing, there's a dashboard in Amazon Seller Central through which you can also track your return rate for any specific ASIN and for all of your catalog. You have to go to the performance and you have to click on the voice of the customer. And once this page load, you can find out for all of your ASINs, for all of your catalog, that how many listings are in very poor status. So that indicates a very high return rate. And Amazon also benchmarks the return rate for all of these ASINs. You can find the NCX rate, that is basically the negative customer experience rate, and this is the return rate for any given specific ASIN. So you can find out the return rate for your products through this dashboard as well. Now, where returns come from? Let's talk about the most common reasons for the returns. The first reason is the false expectation. The listing made the product look bigger, different, or more capable than it is actually, and the most common return reason stated in this case is item not as described. The second reason is compatibility confusion. Let's say you sell any kind of product that has to be compatible with any other thing, for example, the mobile cases, mobile phone chargers, or the watch straps, and so on. In this case, we need to clearly mention the sizes, models, ports, works with details to prevent the returns. The third reason is the setup or usage problems. Buyers can't assemble or use it faster, so they intend to return the product. Another reason is the packaging damage. Poor packaging sometimes cause the products to be damaged or altered, and it results in returns. And a few more reasons are product quality variance and wrong items. Due to a confusing catalog or listings, buyer often pick up the wrong product. So we'll fix each one with simple changes that you can implement right away. So the first thing is set the right expectations in your listings. Your goal is to provide what was shown in the listing. For this, add clear and original photos and use photos with a ruler or a hand in the frame for the infographic images. Overlay exact dimensions on images. Use a single honest hero image. Don't zoom in or crop in a ways that it shows in a different size. And add a clean what's in the box image. It will help buyers understand your product better. Show clear size or color charts for all variants so buyers can easily choose the right one. And if your product is tricky to understand, add one simple image or a short video showing how it works. You can also add a compatibility table in your listing and A plus content. Clearly list what it works with and what it does not. For electronics, include model numbers as well to make it simple for the buyers. And make the setup easy. Include a quick start guide in the box and a QR code to a short setup video. Or you can also add an image in the listing called setup in 3 steps or something like that. It will help the buyers understanding the setup more conveniently. And for the fragile items, use bubble wrap or a box, not a soft mailer. You can also order one yourself to test how it arrives to you. And most importantly, add a small help insert saying, need help, scan here for support or replacements. Do not request for reviews right away. This makes buyers contact you before returning the item. And lastly, each week, check a few key things to keep Amazon happy. Look at your return rate for each ASIN over the last 30, 60, and 90 days. Review the top 5 reasons for the returns and note one quick fix for each. Check your voice of the customer or NCX page. Anything in the red need to be fixed right away. See if your return rate is above the category threshold and if you might get the high return rate FBA fee. Remember one thing, it's only charged on the part above the threshold and depends on your product size. Do a quick packaging check. If any fragile items are still being sent in the soft mailers, switch to better packaging. Finally, make sure your recent listing updates are live, like images with dimensions, a set of video, and a quick start guide. And the biggest drawback of the high return rate is the frequently returned item badge. Displayed on the detail page of your listing, Amazon now shows a frequently returned item badge on listings with high return rates than similar products in the category. This can hurt your conversions and buyers' trust as well. In the voice of the customer dashboard, you can now see which listings have the badge and which are at risk of getting the badge, and your 3 and 12 months return rates and Amazon suggested target return rate to remove the badge. The badge is removed once your return rate improves or trends down for a while. To avoid the badge, track at-risk ASINs weekly, improve product accuracy with clear descriptions, images and sizing, and fix quality issues fast. Some sellers worry that this does not solve return fraud, like customers sending back used, damaged, or wrong items. But until Amazon addresses that, your best protection is lowering your actual return rate. This means testing your own customer experience, monitoring returns data using inserts or follow ups for support before returns, and setting clear expectations with photos, videos, and instructions. So, let me just quickly jump on my screen to show you that how you can access the information regarding the return rate and how you can benchmark the return rate percentage for your products. Alright, so here I am on the voice of the customer dashboard in Amazon Seller Central. Okay, so for example, for this listing, my return badge displayed is status is yes. So frequently returned item, check here for more information, right? So I have to click on see details for this specific ASIN to find out that what's the reason that that my listing is being displayed a frequently returned item badge. So here I am. Amazon provides you the suggested short-term return rate, and that is 2.67% to avoid frequently item return batch, right? So my current short-term return rate is 6.2%. That is way higher than the suggested short-term return rate. So what is the short-term return rate and what is the long-term return rate? Amazon measures the data for the 3 months and 12 months. So the 3 months is the short-term return rate, and for the long-term return rate, it's for the 12 months window, right? So return badge displayed status is yes. So if I want my frequently returned item badge to be removed, I have to work on my listing quality. I have to work on my images, I have to work on my setup guide, I have to work on my infographics, my product's quality, and overall my customer experience. And once my return rate start getting improved, and once it get under this threshold 2.67%, Amazon will automatically remove this batch from my listing. So this is how you can benchmark the return rate for your category, for your product. And to avoid the frequently returned item, you have to be below this benchmark. Now let's quickly wrap up the video. Your return rate is simply a reflection of how well your product and listing are doing. Check it every week, spot the patterns, and fix the main causes. When you do that, your profit, reviews, and rankings will all improve. Alright, so we have discussed about the return rate, that how you can measure your return rate, and how you can find the category benchmarks, and how you can avoid the frequently returned item badge being displayed on your listing. And if it's displayed, and how you can remove that, what are the best practices, what you can do to remove that. So if you have any kind of questions and queries regarding this topic or any other thing, you can drop down into the comment section. I'll help you out. Thank you.